No room for mistakes. That's what my brother barked as he filled the doorway on Christmas Eve. Behind him, the tree twinkled faintly. My mother swirled her wine thoughtfully, and my father traced a knot in the floor with his gaze. I stood outside on the porch, clutching a bag of presents for their kids, ribbons blazing like warning lights, while my brother grinned as though he'd finally scored a victory. I didn't shout. I didn't argue. I simply said, "You're right." Then I turned, the cold piercing through my coat, and walked back to the car. The gift sat on the passenger seat, its glow soft in the dashlight, a small shrine to my failings. Driving home along snow-dusted streets, I let the wipers mark the rhythm and felt the old story slide off me, like frost melting from glass. I used to love Christmas, the scent of cinnamon candles, the hush that made jagged corners seem forgiven. But in our family, love always came with a price, and I was the one who paid neatly. If a bill fell late, I covered it. When Adrian, my brother, and his wife Mara faltered on their mortgage, I wired money before anyone asked. They called it support. It was a chain. That night, in my apartment, I made coffee, opened my laptop, and stared at the record. Transfers labeled school fund, daycare, groceries, utilities, just until next month. Line after line, a ledger of apologies. There was no drama, only a calm, exhausted clarity. Cancel, cancel, cancel. 5 minutes to undo 5 years. I changed my passwords, stacked the wrapped gifts in a box, and slid it into the closet like evidence for a trial. By New Year's, the knock came hard, unmistakable. Adrian's silence stretched 2 days. On the third, my phone erupted with pings, missed calls, voicemails stacked like threats. First, polite, "Hey, what's going on?" Then pleading, "Rent's due. The kids need shoes." Finally, venom, "You're selfish. You've changed." I let it slide past, like clouds over a shuttered window. Friday, he burst into my office, face red above his winter coat. "We need to talk," he hissed. "Not here," I said, guiding him outside. In the parking lot, our breath formed clouds. "You think you can cut us off? The kids are hurting." "They're your kids," I replied. He laughed. "So now you care about responsibility." "I always did." "I'm taking mine back," I said. "You can't do this." "I already did." I left him with nothing but his own echo. 2 nights later, pounding shook my door. Through the peephole, his gaze burned. I opened it just enough to slip the chain. "Stop this," he snapped, palm on the frame. "You're ruining my life." "You ruined it yourself," I said. "You don't understand. You can't walk away from family. Family shows up with respect, not invoices." Before more heat could fly, a voice drifted from the sidewalk. "Adrian, enough." Mara stood by the car, coat half-zipped. "Go home," he barked. She stayed still. "No. We're done." She glanced at me, then at him. "I spoke to a lawyer," she said. He blinked, drained. "You what?" "I know about the gambling," she said. "The hidden account, the withdrawals, the money I thought went to the kids, lost at tables." He spun toward me. "You told her." "I didn't have to," I said. Mara lifted a folder. "I did, and I kept copies." He faltered. I opened the door wider. "Mara, come in." She stepped inside, hands shaking around the folder. I made tea, cinnamon steam curling like memory. I didn't hate anymore. She stared at the papers. "He told me you owed us," she whispered. "He said you were lucky we needed you." "I was lucky to stop," I said. The next afternoon, a baritone call. "Mark Dawson. I'm Mara's attorney. She authorized me to loop you in." At his office, he pushed files across the desk, transfers from my accounts to theirs, cash withdrawals, casino markers, a hotel bill that read like a joke I wasn't in on. "My funds," I said. He nodded. "Mara's filing for separation and a protective order. We'll need a brief statement explaining why the payments began when you cancelled." For the first time, the story fit on 1 page. I wrote it, signed it, and left lighter. Outside, snow fell softly, like weather, not omen. That night, Adrian called, venting fury onto my voicemail. I didn't respond. When he finally reached me live, I spoke the truth. You used me. The only thing left is your choice, stop or sink. He hung up, swallowed by the silence between us. By week's end, Mara and the kids moved in with her sister. She texted a photo of 2 uneven snow angels. I boxed the gifts and carried them to a shelter. Want a receipt? The clerk asked. No, I said. I kept what mattered. In February, my mother phoned to stage another pity play. You've made things difficult for your brother. I made things honest, I said. I sleep now. Finally. My apartment had edges again. Boundaries hummed like a forgiving song. Family, I learned, is who keeps you whole. This winter, that person is me.